much for your time. I am not a severely long-term resident of Breckenridge, but I have been skiing here since the early 80s. My parents were smart enough to know that this was a great place to hang out, and I could not wait to get here like so many other people in this area. And this is my partner,
Andy Hayers, for the record. Long time local, 20 plus years. Grew up in Colorado, out of Boulder. My wife works in the school district, and I have 2 little kids in the school district. Enjoy this beautiful area that we're luckily able to call home. And just wanted to mention thank you to all the staff and governing bodies that we've been working with, trying to get this thing going. And really look forward to a project that we're really proud of. Have taken into consideration all kinds of comments from up here down to just local guys, trying to find jobs, trying to find housing. So we've been trying to put this project together with everyone's concerns in mind. I think we've come to something that we're really proud of. And thank you for your time and consideration.
Lindsay mentioned 11 months of this project, but I went back and looked, and my first email to him was in December of 2015. So this has actually been going on quite a bit further than that. The reason we got to that first work session in July was because we spent an enormous amount of time making sure that we were going to meet with all the potential stakeholders in our project, specifically the water department and red, white, and blue. And the open space specifically. I think Lindsay mentioned our meetings, and I can't count them on all of my fingers and toes how many meetings we've had with the individual. And to answer your question, Brian Lorch specifically asked for 20 parking spots. So we gave him exactly what he asked for. And the project is, like Andy said, something that we're very proud of. We've tried to listen to the community, our neighbors. It's been a labor of love. It's taken all of the response that we got from the work session that we had, the town council more specifically even, where we really tried to incorporate all of our community. And I think from that we've generated a broad spectrum of community support. And so with that, I want to introduce our team. Danny Teodora is our attorney. And with Timberline Law, he's going to do the presentation. BHH Partners, Mark Hogan is our architect. He's the fellow who will tell you how exemplary the architecture is on the wall over here. We have 2 planners. We have Don Craig and Christy Liddell. And I still include George Malloy. He suffered a health issue, and so he's not really with us, but he's with us in spirit. And I include him because that gives our team over 100 years of experience in this community. So with that, no further ado, to Danny Teodora. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon. Dan Teodoro, Timberline Law, for the record. A lot of times when I come up here, I try to start saying I'll be brief. I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, but there are a lot of issues here, and there's been a lot of points brought up, so I'm going to try to be as responsive as possible and thorough, but keep it contained. So, where I want to start, I think Lindsay did an excellent job laying out a lot of the parameters of the actual project, but there were some questions, and so what I'd like to do, just in terms of some of the comments that the board's already made to staff, I think we're in a position where we can answer essentially all of those, or at least most of those, and let's just start with there. So, Commissioner Davidson, you had questions regarding the deed restriction as it stands now, as it may stand in the future. We just want to make clear when we work with staff, we were working off the premise of what deed restrictions we have in place already. Staff also made it very clear to us that this was in the process of being reconsidered, and being reconsidered kind of contemporaneously with our application. We're absolutely fine with that. We look forward to seeing how that plays out. We've worked closely with them. We've worked on a model form that we think is effective, and it's actually an improvement from some of the old forms. We understand those concerns, and so we're committed to working through that, and hopefully we'll have a better idea before we ever get to the final review anyhow. Along those lines, just to clarify, in terms of the range, what we've said is the range would be from 80% to 120% for AMI. Am I correct there? And we'll believe that's in the PB itself. And if it's not, show me where. I'll point you to. Page 20, paragraph E of the PUD. Oh,
Page 20 is notices entire designation, effective date, legality provisions.
Of range, there's no range, but if you read that paragraph, it says an average.
oh, that goes to the average, so Thomas was saying the range. And
Oh,
so,
it's not-
so that's a clarification, I guess, that we need to have. We're absolutely fine in articulating our range that we've discussed. Apologize for that oversight, it is 80 to 120%. And that's what's being planned, and that's what's being discussed. And we're on roughly 10 iterations of the PUD, so maybe that